Alright, so we're coming back, just about to start round number 3. I was just going over some of the previous, well, the game number 1. We didn't have a game number 2, but I was going over game number 1, and I noticed there were a couple places in round 2 that I could have made a change in play, and it probably would have changed the course of the game dramatically. For instance, there was one time when he had his Broodkeeper out, and I tried to do the Hunt the Weak on the Broodkeeper. He played a Crowd's Favor to try and kill my Roaring Primadox, and I used Appeal for Reality to save my Primadox. Now, I was very silly. If I had bounced my Shaman of Spring instead of my Roaring Primadox, that would have left myself open. The Shaman was pretty much useless anyways with a Oppressive Raise on it, and that would just waste my mana, and I wasn't really going to use it anyways. But I could have kept my 4/4 around, and that would have been just fine. I still might have lost the game just because there was so many other problems going on, but I didn't really get a chance to get it down after that. So I just wanted to comment and say, like, I made a bad play there, and I'm hoping I can keep my eye out for those types of bad plays in the future. So here we are coming into game number 1. Oh my goodness, that is awful. So that is a handful of land, and I cannot keep it. So we're gonna mull that. That's better. I'll take that. I get to play my Netcaster Spider, Frostlinks. Yeah, that's definitely a keep. So coming up against red again. Let's see how aggressive this is. Okay, so 1 blue mana short of that, but I'm okay with that. We can hold that. We'll probably hold that in our hand to see a big threat. We're not going to drop that on the first thing that comes down. So let's see what he has. Nothing? Interesting. So he kept a 1-land hand, which is interesting, and didn't have any plays. Maybe he just has some bombs in there and he didn't want to get rid of? I don't know. And apparently Garrick is just passing us the turn back. Okay, well, hopefully we see something out of him soon. This would be a kind of a dull video if he doesn't really do anything. So there we go. There's another land. All right. Well, at this point, I think I can just Frostlinks and keep that down. I mean, he's way behind at this point. I might consider just encrusting his Marauder. Because if I do that, then he's going to have a hard time catching up. I mean, this was his attacking. Yeah, that's his only creature right now. Well, let's see what he does here, but if he doesn't have any other plays, that might be what I do. Otherwise, I think I'm going to go with my Path Mage, get him down, and start, getting in with the unblockable. Okay. So he's going to get rid of my Netcaster Spider. I could also just Hunt the Weak and make that bigger. I don't necessarily need to. I think the right play is going to be getting my Path Mage out, and then I can use my Path Mage to Hunt the Weak later. Because if he drops something that really needs to get encrusted, I'd rather just save that. Because I can remove with Hunt the Weak. This is easy to remove with it because it's a 1/2, unless it's attacking. So anytime I would be able to cast this. So let's see what he does. Hopefully something I don't see another land coming down, which is not a good sign for him. I don't think I've missed a land drop yet, so... Okay. So he just wants to get in for 4 damage, which puts us back up to matching. Okay, well, I think maybe I'll just go ahead and do the Frost Links and lock it down again. I don't need to do anything more than that, if that's all he has. Get in for 5. Okay, now we see his second color, white. So with 4 mana, what can he do? Maybe he has a clutch full of white cards that he just wasn't able to play without the mana. I don't know why he would keep a single mana hand. I mean, he must have some really good cards in there or something. I would never really keep a 1 land hand unless I had lots of plays off of 1 land, and I also was on the draw rather than the play. Okay, that's annoying, but definitely manageable. It's not something I'm really afraid of here. Yeah, and I think I'll just hunt it. Get in for 8. He can crack back here, but unless he has to have something really big in order to get through, to do anything here. Because I'm presenting lethal easily, even if I don't make it unblockable. Any 2 of these guys. And the problem with having a game 1 that is weak for your opponent, where they just don't have the cards, like if they just get bad draws, they don't get the plays, whatever. It's hard going into game 2 because you don't really know where to take it. You don't know what kind of things to sideboard in. I haven't seen anything. I've seen a Borderland Marauder, a Sliver, a Lightning Bolt, and a Hammerhand. That's the entirety of his deck. I know he has white. I know there are white cards in there, but that doesn't tell me anything really. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting going into game 2, which I'm certain that we're going to win this game 1. I don't see how he can possibly come back from this. I mean, I'm not going to completely. No, that does not do it. I'm not going to completely dismiss the idea because I've seen it happen before. I've been down to 1 health and managed to come back, but I was doing that, with a deck that specifically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can do that. So we'll just make that unblockable. Make that unblockable. Just in case. I can't think of anything that he could do with, even with Convoke things. 3 mana is just not enough, If he had left another red open, I'd be a little bit more worried about just attacking in with 1 thing, but... So I don't know. That was strange. We got there, though. I mean, it wasn't like... he didn't present much of a front for us to go up against. I think he's going to be much more aggressive, so I think Feral Incarnation is going to be out. We just are not going to be able to play that long. So I think I want to go ahead and bring in the second Encrust. mean, I could also bring in a wall of mulch, which is interesting. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that, actually. Because that blocks all of his things. You know, it's another cheap blocker. Gets, you know, for Siege Worm, I can use it for Convoke easily. It's cheap. But if he does manage to kill it, I can get an extra card out of it. And I'm okay with that. So it's just kind of a value card. So we'll go for that. Submit that. I didn't see anything worth encrusting, so the second one doesn't really do it. But this is a keepable hand. This is very keepable. So because I have, you know, turn 2, turn 3 with a Void Snare just in case. We'll keep it. So okay, starting off with white. I'm hoping that means good things for him. Like I honestly do wish the best for my opponents. Like I want them to have good draws, because if they don't draw the cards they need, the game's just not good. I'd rather see, you know, a good game where the decks perform to their absolute best, rather than you know, one person getting beat down because they get mana screwed at 2 mana or something like that. That's never fun to watch. And he missed his land drop again. Well, okay. So this one might not be very interesting to watch. It might be done quickly. I'm really hoping he gets another land drop. I really, really do. But we will see. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is his third. Hopefully he gets something down. Alright, Borderland Marauder again. So here I'm just going to go ahead and Frost Links. We lock down that. Get in with Bear. And that's down for 2 turns. Well, for an extra turn, like he's not going to be able to use it this turn, and on my next turn I can still attack past it. So hopefully he has something else to drop here. Of course, I'm going to be playing my invasive species, bouncing my Frost Links back into my hand, and holding that so that I can well, actually, I think next turn I'm going to go ahead and play Nimbus of the Isles to use my mana a bit better. Because I'll have 5 mana there, so I'll be able to play Nimbus. He's still going to be locked down. And then the next turn, I can play Invasive Species, bounce it, and then lock it down again. And that's going to be... Oh. So no plays from him. Okay. Yeah, so Nimbus it is. I mean, I probably should have waited until after combat, but I don't really... He has 7 cards in his hand. I mean, he definitely might have a lightning bolt or something, which he could have used on one of these. But honestly, I'm not super concerned at this point. Bolt. Okay. He would have done that anyways. But he might have used it on, like, my Frost Links instead of my Nimbus if I had played it a little bit differently. Okay. Yeah. So get in for 5. And he doesn't have mana to kill either of my things, so I'm safe. And then I get to lock it down again. I mean, he'll get to kill my Frost Links after that, but honestly, I'm not really too worried about that. Attack in with both first. Get some extra damage out of it. And then Invasive Species to get my Frost Links back, and Frost Links again. Yep. And now he might just kill my Frost Lynx. Just to be rid of it. But we'll see. He might need his mana for something else. In which case, if he does use his mana for something else, I probably just end up void snaring either my Frost Lynx or his Marauder. I wouldn't mind just getting rid of the Inferno Fist that way. And if he plays the Marauder back down, okay, no play. So he's probably just going to kill my. Yeah, that's as an instant, so I don't really care about it. Like I can't void snare it out of the way of it. Lightning Strike. Wow, another one. And more removal. Oh no, he can't do that now. So I can void snare and then lock it down some more. Or do I play Siege Worm? Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. I mean, I'm presenting lethal in multiple ways now. Like he can't get cute with it. So which is, I mean, it's unfortunate because this was quick. I'm sorry, it doesn't seem like it's going to be very fun to watch, but that's how it is sometimes. Sometimes you just get screwed. I probably wouldn't have kept the hands that he ended up keeping because they were very slow. Like he seemed to have some good cards in hand, but he just didn't have the mana base. And if you don't have the mana to cast your spells, those awesome cards are not going to do anything. Yeah, and that is going to be game unless, because I can void snare that dude. Like even if I didn't, if I attack it, like he blocks one. He blocks my bear, kills my Frost Lynx with his Inferno Fist, and then blocks. No, he has to block my Siege Worm with his Marauder. Then kill my Frost Lynx, chump block the bear with the Servant. I still get in for 3 with my Siege Worm, and yeah, so he'd be at 1, have no board presence, and I'd still have my Worm. Unfortunately, I'm going to snare his Marauder and just kill him, but yeah, and, he'll kill my Worm, but I will still get in. No. Oh no, he doesn't have the mountain. Yeah, so that's game. That's definitely game. Alright, well that was a quick round 3. Alright, well thank you for watching. I'm hoping to put out more videos. I apologize for my slow play on the first one, and I don't have a very good microphone, so I'm hoping it doesn't sound too terrible, but if you want to tune in again, I'm hoping that I will be able to make some more of these and hopefully get a good show going.